Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Jackknife Chicken Truck. If you're still here, thank you. This podcast is basically me experimenting with OBS and trying to do a on mic show to prove that I'm just not sitting here running the controls, and also to be able to get better at the controls for stream conscious podcasts. Well, here we go. I'm going to start out talking about my Sunday. I had a cookout to go to my coworker was throwing at 4 o'clock, and I decided earlier that day I was going to fly my drone, because Saturday I spent the day cleaning and taking care of stuff and went to see a solo movie, which was really good. I then had to go pick up an end table from a friend of mine and a drone from another friend. It occurred to me, my entire apartment has been furnished by trading and just getting free stuff people didn't want, which I'm very proud of. I'm very resourceful, and it shows sometimes. I was able to get a new table for the podcast last month for a mere $25 off of Facebook Marketplace, as well as this month I got a wireless charger for my cell phone, which was only $25 compared to the $90 I would have to pay to get a brand new one at Verizon. Fortunately, this guy got one with a cell phone and didn't want it anymore for some reason. I'm always finding good deals online, either on eBay, Facebook, or even Amazon. Another great deal I got was the passenger mirror for my car. I've been waiting for the price to go down. It was originally $200, and then dropped down to $150. And this weekend I found one for $64, so I jumped on it. I'm not very picky when it comes to getting replacement stuff or replacing stuff that's broken. But while I went to the cookout this weekend, I got to listen to these guys talk about camping and hiking. I have no desire to go hiking or camping. Well, I should say, I have no desire to go camping. I don't mind hiking. I don't mind biking. I don't mind exploring. But to sleep outside for no reason? No thank you. But these guys are hardcore. The one guy just got back from a camping trip and just came to the cookout. They're talking about all this different gear they were using, and I felt like this guy was a gear snob. Because they're talking about camel packs and how inefficient they are and how the libs are hard to use. And I'm thinking, I've been using a camel pack for about, 8, 9 years now, and I've never had a problem with it. I talked to another friend of mine who's also an avid hiker, not hunter, and she told me that that a lot of people go through this phase of being a gear snob of what they think is better. I also feel like the same thing happens with the drone parts I buy. Back in the day, people would say, "Oh, don't buy this flight controller. Oh, don't buy those motors. Don't buy the Chinese Mogos. You're hurting the hobby." I feel like everybody has to tell me what they think is the best thing, but sometimes they don't know what they're talking about. I learned a long time ago that when buying computer parts, it's not always about the name. Sometimes companies will actually sell the same exact product and rebrand it. I'm pretty sure the same thing happens in non-tech industries. For example, cereal. Did you know that sometimes there's more cereal in the generic version of the cereal than the actual brand you buy? Yeah, all sorts of things like that happen. And sometimes the same company that makes the generic is the actual name brand. I just don't understand this, nor do I care. But the gear snob thing really bothered me, because I feel like no matter where I go, there's always somebody spouting the gospel of what they think is the best, and how everybody else is buying the inferior product. What if you just try it out for yourself, or read the reviews, or figure it out on your own? I mean, I don't mind saving time, finding out tips and tricks, but don't just tell me I need to buy the most expensive gear, or certain brand, because that's what you feel. Like, I need proof. For example, Logitech makes mice, and trackballs and keyboards, and they've been doing it since the 90s. And to be honest, I'd rather buy a Logitech keyboard or mouse over a Microsoft keyboard or mouse. Anyways, I guess the other thing I want to talk about is a story I heard in the news about cockroach milk is the new superfood. That's right, folks. No more almond milk, no more soy milk, no more coconut milk, but cockroach milk. Who in the world had the idea to milk a cockroach? And then, who had the idea, hey, I should drink this? I'm sorry, but from basically cockroaches live places that are usually run down, slums or whatever, or you find like rotten food. Like for some reason, I don't see cockroaches as a food source. I mean, I know that like in Blade Runner 2049, they're growing mealworms and slugs and not slugs, but some kind of bug to eat. But those bugs aren't really like a dirty bug. They're more of a clean bug, and they live in environments where like I don't know, there's not garbage. And plus, like, how do you like farm cockroaches? Like, how do you make sure they're clean and sanitary, and that they're not making bad, I don't know, material? Questions I'll never have the answers to. Another thing I'm going to try this week is showing a couple of videos. Well, videos are gifts. So here we go. For the audio listeners at home, I suggest downloading the video version. And hopefully by now the YouTube channel is up as well. So here we have a truck driving along when all of a sudden, well, a little bit longer than that, the road basically collapsed and the truck falls on its side. Now I'm sitting here watching this video, going, okay, no big deal. But the fact that the entire road collapses like that, and that there's a giant railroad tie in the road that was basically supporting all the weight, I'm guessing it was a bridge. But it doesn't make any sense why the bridge collapsed like it did, unless it snapped in half. So I'm watching the video. Okay, that's what happened. The railroad tie that they're using for the bridge collapsed. I think there'd be like a support system on there, but then again, who knows what kind of country this is, or where it's located. I'm guessing a third world country, based on the address of the bystanders. I figured with the Jackknife Chicken Truck, a video of a truck actually, having, well, it's not a jackknife, but it's an accident of some sort. My next video, it's called Wait For It. So you have two cars, who are side by side. One moves forward, the other moves forward. I guess they're trying to figure out who should go first. And you see that there's hands being waved, and the guy telling the other guy to go. And all of a sudden the other guy zooms forward and flips over his car. I kind of feel like this is staged, because first off, that car shouldn't have flipped over. It should have pushed the other car. So if we go back and we watch this, it looks like it hits a ramp at that point and then flips over. And the guy, his hands, they don't really, I don't know. If I was on the situation, I think my hands would be on the wheel. Let's watch that again. Okay, so it might be the road. No, it's not the road. I'm pretty sure this is staged. Anyway, sharing this and see what you guys think about it. So, if you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, feel free to contact me. I'm still working on the logistics for the website. Hopefully, by the time this is published, there'll be a copy on YouTube as well. Well, good night, folks.